Oh, fuck. It is one of those days. But hey, I don't think I've done anything all week with the whole C++ thing. So here we are again on our own. Let's get the music started. There's some new music on here, so I figured I would let it play once I've joined in. By the way, if you do enjoy the music, it is chillhop.com. If you don't enjoy the music, you know where to avoid. Also, why are you watching my stream if you don't enjoy the music? Not a small part of it, exactly. Anyway, we're gonna continue. I got some decaf coffee, water, and some candied ginger. Oh man, I swear I'm like one step away from just like munching on a ginger root. Just a raw ginger root. Oh, so good. Let's see. Programs with multiple code files. Ah, shit. As programs get larger, it's kind of split into multiple files for organization and reuse for purposes. IDs make working multiple files much easier. Oh, here we are. Source files, you can hit add. New item. I don't have a new item to add, so I'm just gonna watch them do. Make sure it's a CPP file, a C++ file. Give the file a name and it'll be added to your project. Multi-file example listings. Doesn't know what the add function is because we didn't get to it yet. Have a file that's just 4 lines, just the function add. Okay, it'll still fail. I feel like it's like compilation. You got the compilation there. Oh. files to be compiled in any order. Change the source file. That source file, only that source file needs to be recalled. Oh. Oh. Let's see. So options for the solution here are same as before. Create a forward declaration. When it compiles, it'll know what add is a function and with 2 integer parameters. Let's try this. Let's try this out. I want to see it work. Turn X plus. Save it, and then when we compile, source file, right? Yeah, right-click the source files folder, hit create a new add. We'll add CPP. We got that. What I'm being an idiot on when all I did was really copy paste the code. I'm being a stupid somewhere. Oh, I need to have ch.a files. Now if I hit compile, there we go. We're gonna take a go to Stack Overflow. They're never weird about giving answers. Program precompiled header is a header file that is compiled in farm test request for compiler. Don't really understand it still, but here we are in life. But okay, that's how you split up your program into multiple source files. So you could be like, I wonder once we get to the object part of object-oriented programming, which is what C++ is. That's the big thing over C, is that you can have objects in it. Wowee! I'm probably wrong by saying this, but I think an object is just like, I think it's just like a way to like, you create your own item / keyword. I just raised the music volume was pretty kind of loud. Sorry about that. It's lowered now. Lowered a bit more. It's like at or above my talking volume of the OBS. But yeah, so you can make like object balloon. And you could be like, okay, give it like attributes, like it has volume, it has color, the material it's made out of. You could even make like, what's it filled with? Is it filled with air? Is it filled with helium? And then you can make like, you can say like, oh, I have balloon 1 equals balloon, and pass it those parameters, like the parameters you want. Like, oh, it's a large red balloon filled with helium, like a large red latex balloon filled with helium or something. And then you can use that balloon 1 and call it, and then when you later in your program you can be like, I want the balloon to behave a certain way and such. Who knows, maybe if you're programming for a video game. I have not done that, and I honestly haven't done too much object-oriented programming. I've dipped my toes into it in Python a bit, but that was about it. But yeah, say it's a video game and you have that balloon in your video game. That's what tells it how to, it might tell the computer how to display it. If it floats up, if it falls down, for like physics. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, this candy ginger is so fun. I'm almost out though. Yeah, come here. Get over here. Imagine if that's how like Scorpion sounded with his "get over here" in Mortal Kombat instead of his actual fucking like deep "get over here." He was get over here, kid. He was like an old New Jersey grandma. Wow, that sounds funny. Like, hey, get over here, kid. Again, old New Jersey, like, just for that one voice line. Old New Jersey grandma. That was like a heavy smoker. Yeah. That's the ticket. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh yeah. Naming collisions and an introduction to namespaces. C++ requires all identifiers to be non-ambiguous. Two identical identifiers are introduced to the same program. Compiler will be it will tell you there's a naming conflict. If the colliding identifiers are introduced into separate files belonging to the same program, there will be a linker error. So yeah, if you have in the a source file X, and you also have that in the main CPP file, who's that variable there? It'll be like, I have two variables named X. Whatever shall I do? Let's see. Collisions that occur in two cases, two or more identically named functions. Oh, never mind. It's that. It's not the variable X is being reused. It's the myFCN is being reused. I was gonna say it's a little weird that the variables can't be named the same, but they're technically in like different functions. But you do use C++. Now it's the function names. Scope reads. How do you define a scope? Namespaces. Define a scope region called a namespace scope. Global name. Any name that's not defined inside of a class function or namespace implicitly part of the global namespace or the global scope. Yeah. Yeah, in this case, goo main goo. X, Y are part of the global namespace. The STD namespace. All the identifiers say library, including STD, console in, and console out, C in, C out. Available to use within the STD prefix as they are part of the global namespace. However, this meant that standard you picked for your own identifiers, also defined in the global namespace. Working suddenly being conflict. STD is short for standard. Yeah, but I hope it stands for standard. Pickled buttresses. I started this and now I'm fucking tired. My eyes are just falling asleep. Oh, I do need I got some clothes delivered. I just some plain like t-shirt, like undershirts to wear for work because mine are getting worn out. Starting to get holes. So got some new ones off of the Amazons because apparently they're just flat out the cheapest, which is really weird. I would have figured that it'd be cheaper to like go to Walmart and get some, but no, apparently not. It's weird that like plain like flat color like white and black t-shirts are fucking they're getting kind of like pricey. If I knew that they were going to be like a really good quality shirt, I'd be like, ah, okay, the pricey is worth it. But no. Like even the cheap stuff ain't cheap anymore. Fucking dumb. So if we want to say we want to use something from the STD namespace, we have to say STD : the prefix to what we're trying to do. Using the namespace STD and Y to avoid it. Can we just start saying C out? Is there a way to just have to type C out and not STD : every time I want to? Directive statement, original help. Okay, so you can at the top of your program, above the main, say as part of the declarations to say using namespace STD. Neat. This C out. Many text tutorials and even IDEs recommend or use directive at the program. Using directive at the program, however, use this way. This is bad practice and highly discouraged. Ah, boo. I mean, I feel like for something as simple as the STD namespace, though, like just not using C in, C out, and line. Although maybe there's a weird like function name or variable name in as part of like the STD library. Would need to avoid, or library namespace that you would need to avoid. Avoid using directives such as using the namespace STD at the top of your programmer header. Alright. At least they tell you why not to do it. Curly braces and indented code. C++. Curly braces delineate scope region. Yes. Yep. All right. My coffee cup is empty. I kind of really want to go grab that Amazon package really quick so I can chuck it into the washing machine. So I can just like start using those instead of my holy shirts. So let's take 10. Let's take 10. Let's do that. Wonder if there's a way to keep the music going. Maybe I'll turn up the music. Plus it too. Be right back. Ooh, that was fancy. There's an animation and everything. The music a little bit. There we go. There we go. I'll be back. Like 5-10 minutes. Alright. I think I had the volume there before. Yeah, that looks fine. Hello again. It is a fancy animation. It's literally the default one, but here we are. Somebody, not gonna name names, but somebody is too lazy to figure that shit out. And that somebody is me. Again, not naming names, but it's me. Let's see. Introduction to the preprocessor. When you compile a project, you might expect the compiler compiles each code file exactly as you've written it. Not actually the case. Are we just suggesting to the computer of what to do? It's like, hey, if you could, you know, console out this. For the compilation, each CPP file goes through a pre-processing phase. Various changes of the text of the code file. Preprocessor does not actually modify the original code in any way. Temporarily in memory or use temporary files. Most of what the preprocessor does is fairly uninteresting. Dude, they're ragging on the preprocessor. Oh man, they're bringing it down. He's gonna get depressed. You're important, preprocessor. What you do is important. Even if it's not interesting, apparently. Strips out comments and ensures each code file ends in a new line. It also processes what include directives, or processes the pound included directives. Those are fucking important. Result is a preprocessing is a translation unit. The translation unit is what is compiled by the compiler, and the compiler will compile the compiling that was compiled by the compiler for the purpose of compiling. You compile me? This is why I'm not funny. I'm just the dumbest motherfucker. I just happen to talk a lot, apparently. Which is weird, because when I'm with people, I've been told often I am too quiet. Apparently, you just stick me in front of a fucking computer with a microphone, I yap. Yap, I say. Preprocessor directives, often called just directives. Looks for instructions that start with a £sign symbol or a hashtag if you are British, because a £sign is their currency symbol. By the way, it was a £sign when I was growing up. When did we switched to saying hashtag with the Twitter? Oh, somebody's playing Project Zomboid apparently. I should probably mute that, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, fine. But which is it now? I know we all all the people, the youth of the world that are younger than me and actually use Twitter, because fucking I couldn't find a reason in my brain to actually download Twitter ever. They all say hashtag. Which is it? Is it a pound sign or a hashtag? I have a feeling that it's hashtag anymore. But I like saying pound sign. Why? Because I'm dumb. And fucking stubborn as a mule, apparently. Well, I'm stubborn on stupid things. Stupid, meaningless things like whether or not this is a pound sign or a hashtag. I'm stubborn on. The preprocessor will replace the include IO stream with the contents of IO stream. Okay, so that's how that actually works. Macro defines. I've never heard of this before. What the fuck is this? The define directive can be used to create a macro in C++. A macro is a rule that defines how input text is converted into replacement output text. Function like macros, act like functions and serve a similar purpose. Their use is generally considered unsafe, and almost anything they can do can be done by a normal function. I wonder what that, outside of that almost, is. Like, what can they do that can't be done by a normal function? Object like macros can be defined in one of two ways. Define and then identifier, or define identifier followed by substitution text. The top definition has no substitution text, whereas the bottom one does. These are preprocessor directives. Neither ends in a semicolon. I don't think any of the includes or definitions are supposed to, right? See, identifier macros, same naming rules as normal identifiers. They can use letters, numbers, and underscores. Cannot start with a number and should not start with an underscore. Define my name, Alex. String Alex. Whenever you see my name, it'll insert Alex. See. Object like macros with substitution text were used in C The way to assign names to literals. This is no longer necessary. Better methods are available. Sharing global concepts across multiple files, using inline variables. That sounds terrible. Mostly seen in legacy code. Macros, just object-like macros without substitution text. Work like you might expect. Further occurrences, the identifier is removed and replaced with by nothing. Might seem pretty useless. Well, you got me there. It does seem pretty useless when you put it like that. It is useless for doing text substitution, but that's not what it's generally used for. So, unlike macros, object-like macros, substitution text, and function-like macros, these are okay and considered acceptable to use. I gotta say, I know C and C++ and all these languages are made by people and teams. I wonder how much of this, like how much of these things came from like, well, C did it, so we need to have it, without. They probably they had to have. They're much smarter than me. They would have had to get consideration of, well, why does C have it? They probably were like, well, we want to easily translate C to C++, so we keep that. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's see what actually object-like macros without substitution text are supposed to do. Conditional compilation preprocessor directive allows you to specify under what conditions something will or won't compile. The if-def allows the preprocessor to check whether an identifier has been previously defined via define. So the code between if-def and if is compiled. If not, it's ignored. So define print Joe. If we've defined it, do it. So when we try to console out Joe, it'll be done because we've defined a print Joe. We haven't defined print Bob, so it won't do anything in here. It won't do this. These lines will be ignored. That's an odd use case. Would you do that? I guess if you're releasing something and you maybe want to later update it via, like, you know, just do a GitHub push. Or you've done a GitHub push back into the main thing, but you need to check it still, is like, because then you can just be like, oh, or you're like QA or something, you can just be like, make a pull, or not a pull, a fork. Add the define print Bob right below define print Joe, for example, and then like run it and check if things are working, and then merge it back. Indef, or if indef is the opposite of if def. Checks if I define an identifier has not been defined. So since there's no print Bob up here, and this is if indef, or if not def. Oh, that's just an N. If ndef, it'll actually run the print Bob. If 0, exclude a block of code from being compiled as if it were inside a comment block. You can end it with a pound sign. Would you advise a convenient way to comment out code that contains multiple comments, which can't be commented out using another multi-line comment due to multi-line listable? Sure, I guess. Temporarily re-enable code that's been wrapped in if 0. You can change it to an if 1. Here's the thing though, is like this has to be like, because C++ was created, I think, in the 80s. Let's check. When was C++ created? Yeah, Nate. It was released commercially in, yeah, so he made it in 1979. Bjarne Stroustrup. I mispronounced that name, I'm so sorry. But he created that in 1979. There was no internet. There was no GitHub. I wonder if this was an addition from one of the later releases of C++, because we're on like what, like version 20 something now. Because this seems like a very, like, use this, like, if you have multiple people working on a code, including, like, QA and stuff like that. Now, you might be wondering, since we define print Joe to mean nothing, how come the preprocessing replace print Joe with nothing? Even though it looks like define my name Alex is defined inside the function foo, preprocessor doesn't understand concepts like functions, and it just defines it anyway. Um, okay, so this doesn't print anything. It says not printing because print was defined outside of the file. And since I'm going back here, there's no way to like... That definition is only here forward, not backwards. Well, we only got like 2-3 lessons done. But I'm fucking tired. Holy shit, am I kind of tired today. I don't know why. I started the stream and I was like, man, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. And now I'm fucking, like, kind of tired. I don't like that. I don't like how that works. But if you enjoy or have enjoyed the music that has been playing, it has been Chill Hop Music at chillhop.com. They have creator content. If you are a creator, you sign up and they basically know to give them like your effectively like your YouTube channel info. I think pretty much just the name of it, or link like your YouTube or Twitch account, and it goes, okay, I think they give like something to the automated like content protection of just like, don't block that, don't auto flag it. Although who knows, it might be auto flagging, I don't know. Oh, I should go check that fucking that Skate Story stream. I wonder how that's doing, because that's just flat out Blood Culture's music was playing. I wonder if I got like a tick on it. If it got taken down, it got taken down. I don't care. It's a cool game. It was pretty fun. So I gotta say, like, I'm ready for it to come out. But if you like the content that I'm doing, try C++ for yourself. That's the fun thing about programming, is there's probably a compiler for your phone anymore, I would imagine. Hold on. For phone. There are compilers for your phone. Support languages like C and C++. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure. I think there's just like web compilers too. For like C and C++. Out there, but yeah, like Visual Studio is free. There's so many like other compilers that are free. If you want to give it a try and see if you like programming at all, go ahead, download a compiler, get it set up. Go to something like Learn CPP here. There's also other websites that I would imagine that have pretty good tutorials. And if you want to learn like C or Java or something, or Python, it's actually some pretty good books out there for Python. Can't remember the one I got, but it ended up being like pretty darn good. But yeah, if you like the music, it's just chill hop music. Chillhop.com, or in Spotify it's chill hop music. Credits and link I think are in the description. So if you hope you enjoyed the stream or watching it or playing it back or listening or I don't know. What else can you do with it? You can watch, you can listen. You can't smell the stream yet. Based on a lot of streamers, that's a good thing. And you can't feel the streamer. Based on a lot of people, that's a good thing. Let's see, because there's ear, sight, touch, smell, umami, whatever. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day and see you next time, which will be some point in the future. I don't know, it's hard to keep on track, man. Ugh. Trying to keep yourself good and like sharp and on top of things, it's terrible.